Hello everyone, good morning. It's time to start the day. Grab your coffee, your favorite beverage, shine your light and light the way.
Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. And it's time for Good Morning Coffee and Talk. I'm Dali. This is the Wolf Girl Oracle, and I'm glad that you're here. Good morning to Katie. Good morning, my sweet sister. Good morning, Ralph, who is driving and listening. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Sin. I'm here on time, Katie. Oh, you rock, Sin. Thanks. Oh, and Katie is loving my hat. Okay, so you know what? There is a story behind what I'm wearing today. Katie was wearing a hat similar to this in her live stream yesterday, and I thought, what a great theme! Let's all wear our hats. But I also am wearing my fabulous, look, I'm gay, scarf and my big earrings, just in case they were wrong and the rapture actually happens today, because you should always be wearing your good earrings if you think the rapture is coming. So there you go. Good morning, Kelly. How are you? It is good to see you. I borrowed Katie's hat. Yeah, no. Actually, I had hat envy. I saw Katie wearing her hat a year ago, maybe. And I was like, oh, I like that hat. I got to have a hat like that. So I got one too. It's even got little feathers in it. Is this the right side? Is that the right side? Oh, no, wait. Over here. There you see it. Yeah. See? It's even got little feathers in it too. So, yay. Good morning, Jenny. How are you? It is good to see you, my friend. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is good to see you guys on this lovely Wednesday morning. You know, I named this more water. I named the title of the stream today the Free Speech Edition, because I want to keep that theme going as well. Let me turn my fan off. It's actually a little cold today. It's a little cold here in Milwaukee. It is currently, this has nothing to do with free speech, but it is currently 63 degrees and sunny. It's very sunny. So I am grateful for that. It's a beautiful fall day today, but it is a little chilly, and I had my fan on and I was like, ooh, because I'm not wearing any pants. Who needs pants? I could use a Reuben feather. That's a good idea. Actually, I have a whole bunch right over here. Oh, good morning, Fatima. It is good to see you, my sweet, sweet friend. I am so happy that you are here today. Let's pick a Reuben feather. Let's see. I've got a nice black one here, and I've got a red one. The red one is a little, oh, it's okay. Let's put them in. Let's put in a Reuben. Ooh. I got my hairs cut, so it's very short now. My hair grows so fast. You guys don't even know. It's ridiculous. I have to go in just about every 4 weeks. Otherwise, I look like a screaming Q-tip. Okay, look at, oh, that looks nice. Look. That was a great idea. All right. I am looking very smarmy. Who else is here? Anybody else? Anybody else come in? Did I miss anybody? No, I think we got everybody. The one thing, is this too bright? Do I look like, okay, there. Yes, a screaming Q-tip. I've been putting it here. That's nasty. My hair does grow super fast. Like on the sides, like right here is where it grows. Okay. The top doesn't get real long, but the sides will grow out. So I end up looking like freaking Krusty the Clown, dang it. It's crazy, crazy. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about with free speech, something that's like been on my heart. That's been on my heart since Charlie Kirk was shot. Okay. You know, between him, Jimmy Kimmel, and others who are being canceled, you know, where they're literally being censored either by their death or they're being taken off the air, where these big corporations are working in conjunction with the president to just squash people's free speech, and with social media and even here on YouTube. This is dangerous. It's very, very dangerous that this is happening, and we got to do all that we can. I mean, put the pressure on the people who are causing this to happen, you guys. I've already talked to my beautiful, beautiful Congresswoman Gwen Moore. Oh my gosh. She is such a wonderful lady. And let me tell you something. She's not happy about any of this. And she said that you know, there's a lot of people, including Republicans, who are not happy about all the things that are going on. So we really need to set our intention to say, no, this kind of stuff is not okay in every way that we can. Because, and I know that might be putting us in harm's way. I know I'm putting myself in harm's way by just even saying that, but nobody should be shot because they have different ideas than us. And nobody should be silenced because they have a different idea than the ruling power. Okay? So I just want to say that. Okay, so I also heard some YouTubers worrying about their own censorship possibilities. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Uncle Joe, what are you saying? Uncle Joe is saying, I'm old enough to remember. Oh, my gosh. Hang on a second here. Something just happened on my computer. All right, let's see if we can see this again. I'm old enough to remember when Trump was banned from social media for speaking the truth. Well, you know, the word truth has become a overused word as far as I'm concerned. Okay. There are bits and pieces of truth in everything. And what we feel is what we focus on. And what I'm saying is we need to start listening to each other, not just beating each other up. You know, I feel like the divisiveness has gotten to be so great that we aren't even hearing the important cries out from the other side, right? And nothing should, and it shouldn't be like that. You know, it shouldn't be like that. I am not banning you, Uncle Joe, right now, because we do need to have other ideas. I need to hear you. You need to hear me. This is what we need to do. We need to talk to one another, because I can guarantee you, sir, that there are things that you and I have in common that are the life-sustaining things, right? We both want a roof over our heads. We both want food in our bellies. We both want to have good health. You know, we both want to have peace, mind, body, and spirit, right? You know, we want to be able to freely worship the way that we want to worship. We want to be able to express ourselves when we feel like something is not right. Okay? We have all these things in common. I want my schools to be safe, right? And it may surprise you that I also I am a gun owner. I do believe that people should have the right to own weapons. Okay? So we have, I'm sure, a lot of things in common. And these are the life-sustaining things, okay? These are the things that, like, day to day, we have to focus on in order for us to survive in this world, right? We need to have a job. I'd like to see everybody have a job. You know, we need a steady income so we can pay our bills, so we can do all the things, right? We all have that in common. It doesn't matter who, if you're a Democrat, a Republican, a Libertarian, a Communist, it doesn't matter. All human beings want these things. And that's where we should start. We should start on the life-sustaining things and recognize our humanity in one another and understand that we are all here because of a divine purpose, right? And that's what I think. That's what I think. And if we're having our freedom of speech taken away from us, just remember, Uncle Joe, it might be Jimmy Kimmel today. Okay, but once that precedence is set, it might be Christians tomorrow. It might be gay people tomorrow. It might be Black people tomorrow. It's whoever the people in power decide to demonize in that moment. That is who is going to be at risk. And you might think, oh, well, there's so many Christians, that would never happen. No, it could happen. So that's why I am for free speech. I'm against these horrible things that are happening to people. And no one ever, ever, ever should be shot because they have a different idea, no matter what side of the spectrum you're on. All right, that's it. That's all I want to talk about with that. She knows how to use those words. I do. Oh, thanks. Thanks for loving my hat. I'm loving this hat too. I am. This is my go out and walk in the woods hat. It's good to see you, Sonia. What did Kelly say back here? We actually cannot see the objective truth due to our conditioning. Yeah, you got that right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I am talking about. Yeah, what somebody calls truth isn't always true. That is true. That is a fact. You know, just because somebody says, they say, blah, 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 that doesn't mean that there's actually really people out there saying that. Okay. That is what liars do to put weight behind what they're saying. You know, so if you ever see that, if you're wondering what this is, I'm like having so many issues with like seeing that I've got a magnifying thing right in front of your chat so I can see what you guys are saying. Pam is here. Hi, Pam. How are you today? Thank you, Katie. Katie timed him out. I don't have a problem with like having a discussion with somebody, but I definitely don't want a war to break out in here. You know, this is my channel. I'm going to tell you what my feelings are. I will listen to what you have to say. And, you know, if we can have a friendly dialogue, you know, something that's productive, I'll do that. But if you're here to yell at me because you need to be right, this girl is not gonna deal with that. And either is my sister Katie. So there you go. You mentioned free speech in your title, so here comes the trolls. Yeah, I know. I was kind of expecting that, you know. I was kind of expecting that, but that's okay. It's all good in the neighborhood. We are all the same in the Creator's eyes. You are so right. You know, in the Bible, you know, just going to the Christian side of things, in the Bible, it says, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So if any of us is saying to ourselves, oh, we're better because, you know, that's really not what the Bible says. So we shouldn't be doing that. I will post the image in Discord. Okay. Thank you. Annie is here. Hi, Hi, it is good to see you, my friend. As always, do you like my hat? This is my free speech hat, along with my, we might get raptured today earrings, because you should always have good earrings on if you think you might be raptured. You look so adorable. Oh, thank you. Yay, I'm adorable. Aw. Trolls help the algorithm. You got that right. People with too much power in our world, my great-great-grandparents fought for us to have these freedoms and rights. You got that right. You're damn right. And Annie, because she's so sweet, is saying hello to everyone. Thank you very much. I have quoted the Bible more in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 20 years. I'm not even a follower anymore. Oh, yeah, I hear you. Love your hat. Oh, thank you. I love it too. Janet DC is here. Hi, Janet. How are you? It is really good to see you. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yeah, that would be super nice, guys. Thank you so much for saying that, Sonia. Annie Bear has a show with Mark, the Spirit Whisperer, coming up. What time is that? When is that? Hi, Shanita. It is good to see you. Shanita, I put on my good earrings just in case they were wrong about yesterday and the raptures today. So just so you know, I'm ready. Katie's playing Whack-A-Troll. That's one of her favorite sports, and she's damn good at it. So watch out, everybody. My shirt looks cool. Yes, it is my spiral hand, my spiritual hand with all the colors of the chakra to go with my, hey, look, I'm gay. Lovely scarf that I'm wearing today. I'm trying to be very fashionable. All right. Fatima says, I do not believe in the rapture. We are born, then we die when the time comes. I tend to agree with you. But somebody was predicting that the rapture was going to happen yesterday. Of course, it did not, because it never does. So I thought, whoa, well, maybe it's today. I better wear my good earrings. And really, I don't know, are they good or are they just big? I think they might just be big. You know, woo, 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 woo. It's a great sound. Annie, I love Mark. I do too. I'm glad that there's someone in our community who can reach out, especially to animals, you know. And I know that he helped me when I still had Crosby. He helped me a couple times with helping me figure out what was going on with him. And he was absolutely right. So, yeah, I love Mark. You look beautiful, darling. Ready for the rapture? Yes, I am. Thank you, Shanita. Thank you. Love my shirt too. Oh, thank you. Well, Viviani, how are you? It is good to see you, my friend. I am so happy you're here. Oh, I got to catch up. I kept telling people goodbye all day yesterday. Yeah. What do we say here? Pam says, Linda G said she bought new underwear for the rapture. I didn't think of that. Well, the underwear I'm wearing is holy, so does that count? I think it does. Swishing through, lots to do. I'm going live at noon today. Now, what time zone, Annie? Does anyone know? Just in case she's gone. Viviani loves Mark too. Annie was still in her PJs. Uh-oh. Maybe you should do a PJ show. Nancy's here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is good to see you, my sweet friend. I keep thinking of you. I know please don't take any offense to this, Nancy, but I kind of think of you as my YouTube mom. Because your name is Nancy, just like mine. You're the exact same age as my mom. You love birds, so does my mom, and animals in general. You remind me, I mean, you two, I think, would be like super best friends if you guys live near each other, because you guys have similar warm, loving personalities, really fun, So I just love you, Nancy. I hope that doesn't offend you. Emailing with publishers to get my Oracle deck out there. Woo! Do it! And then let us know about it. And when it does come out, or if you want to, promote it, just let me know. You can come on my show and show us your cards. I would love that. That would be amazing. Annie Bear, is that Eastern time? That's what I'm thinking. It's Eastern time, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. Big learning curve week. Yeah, I know Katie's been making an Oracle deck too, and she's been researching all those different things as well. And I know it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Oh, it's Pacific. Okay. Pacific, noon Pacific. So that'll be, noon Pacific? Isn't noon Pacific now? No, that's behind. So that'll be noon, 2 o'clock my time. Okay. 2 o'clock Central Standard Time on Annie's channel. Got it. Got it. Yeah, 3 p.m. EST. Yep, you got it. We did the math. We got it now, right? All right, I'm going to shoot down to the bottom here just because I am like way behind. Pacific time zone. Gotcha. Noon Pacific. Gotcha. She spelled it out for me because math is not my forte. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, Annie. Love you. Thanks for stopping in. Kat's here. Hi, Kat. Kat made it. Woohoo. Good. Hey, I wanted to tell you guys something. I don't know if you're interested in this. I was watching, maybe some of you watched this guy, and I wish I would have wrote down his channel name because I'm dumb and I did not do that. Well, I'm not dumb. I wasn't thinking in the moment. Let's just put it that way. But there is this pharmacist on YouTube who like goes to like the Dollar Tree and Walgreens and CVS and the big discount stores and stuff like that. And he will see what kinds of medicines they have on the shelf. And then he'll come and he'll talk to you about what medicines are good for you to take, which ones are just junk and you should avoid them because they don't do anything for you, that kind of thing. And I've been watching him, and he had a great episode on the flu and winter colds and things that you should have on hand in order for you to keep your medicine stocked for that reason. And he said that something that you should avoid is medicines that have multiples of different types of medicine in it. He said it is much better for you to get a medicine per symptom. That way, if you have the flu this time, but a common cold the next time, you're not stuck with a medication that you're not dialed into a medication that will only do one thing, right? That'll only handle a certain set of symptoms. He said it's better for you to actually just go to the dollar store and get cheap versions of name brand products. And what I did, yeah, you're right, Katie. Theraflu is crap. And you know what? For many years, that was my go-to, but not anymore. So I made a bag. I made a bag, and I wrote on it emergency flu meds so that people kind of stay out of this until they've got the flu. But here's the medicines that he mentioned that were very good for you to have. First and foremost, he said you should have zinc. And he said as soon as you start feeling cold or flu symptoms coming on, as soon as you feel that little tickle in your throat, or maybe you're starting to have a fever, whatever, start taking your zinc. Did he write? I forget if he told me how many. 25. Wait, no. 15 milligrams every 2 hours. So you're actually gonna like for 3 days, you're actually gonna pile up on the zinc. Now, this zinc is 30 milligrams, so I would have to cut these in half. But yeah, Katie, never drink cold medicine and drink alcohol. It can be lethal. Yeah. Janice says, I did the same thing because when you feel awful, you don't want to try to remember what will help you. That's right. So I got it all written down. And so 15 milligrams of zinc every 2 hours. Another good thing to get is Chloraseptic. Now, I've got the actual Chloraseptic brand, but at the dollar store, they have the spray. What's in it? I forget. Hang on, I got to look at this with my magnifying glass. Active ingredient. Oh, jeepers Christmas, I can't read this. I don't know. There's an active ingredient. But he said Chloraseptic is just good, to help relieve the symptoms of a sore throat. And it's a good thing to have. It doesn't last very long, but at least it gives you some relief. Because a lot of times you can do the Chloraseptic and end up falling asleep with the other medications that he mentioned. Dextromethorphan. So DM. He said if you can get the pure dextro medication, either in tablet or liquid form, without there's another ingredient in here. What is it called? I think I wrote it down. If you can get it without I can't even read my own writing. That's how bad my eyes are. It's like guafacine or guafa something like. Just get the DM. Have a good day, Shanita. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, vitamin C, Sonia, is fantastic. Like if you're taking the zinc, every 2 hours and vitamin C once a day, that really boosts your immunity. The Mucinex sinus medication, just to clear out your sinuses if they're clogged. If you're clogged, you take the Mucinex. Or saline spray. He said saline spray is really good. Again, I can't remember, Nancy. Dang it, I should have looked it up.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
Also, Benadryl. Benadryl will dry you out, like if your nose is running. And acetaminophen. I know Tylenol is kind of like a thing today, but don't listen to that crap. Acetaminophen is great for handling fevers and any kind of like. I can't remember if it's muscle aches. Katie says she cannot take NSAIDs because of her touchy kidneys. Yeah. So Chrissy just came in, so let's say hi to Chrissy. Come on over, Chrissy.
Hello, everyone.
How are you today?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. Yeah, I need to be able to. I have a hard time seeing the words, so yes. My eyes are like terrible today, Chrissy. I don't know what's going on. Like everything is blurry. Kat says I cannot live with my Meloxicam. My arthritis is getting worse and worse. Oh, Meloxicam. Yeah, I take Meloxicam too, so I got to be real careful about other medications that I take. So Chrissy's looking for a job.
Anybody got a job?
Anybody got a job for Chrissy?
With health insurance?
She actually had a really good interview yesterday, so we're putting the intention out there that she will get a in-person interview and that they'll call her back. We think it went really well, so knock on wood.
Knock on wood. I did pray last night.
She did pray. Katie uses RSO for her arthritis. I need to get some of that. Kelly says, I think you are talking about Grant Harding. Yes, I think you're right. Yes, Kelly. Yes. That sounds right. Ralph says, Positive vibes. Positive vibes. All home safe. Raining cats and dogs out. I think I stepped in a puddle. I think I stepped in a poodle. Because it's raining cats and dogs.
Poodle.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad that you got home safe. I am glad you got home. Yeah, thanks, Kelly. Thanks for looking that up for me. I could not remember his name for the life of me. Warrior Girl, hey, how are you? It is good to see you. Oh, Nancy's got to go. Thanks for stopping by, Nancy. I appreciate you. I should have brought a chair in here for you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not going to speak.
Okay.
Let me finish up your show. I was just stopping in to say hello to everybody.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you did.
Yes.
I'm glad you did. I love you.
I love you too.
You love my hat?
Yes. And your scarf.
And my scarf. Look at it. I'm so fancy. And my big earrings. Look at it.
Bootified.
Bootified.
Well, I just stopped in to say hello to everybody. You all have a nice day. And hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yay.
Take care, everyone. Blessings to all. And all a good day.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, that goes up there. Thank you.
Yes. I miss Shanita. I was messing with my computer.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, Chrissy and I play a game together called Rust. I don't know how many of you know about the game Rust. It's been around forever. I think I've been playing it for 14 years, maybe 15 years, because I started playing it when it was just in beta testing. But we've been playing it for a long, long time. And it's just a post-apocalyptic survival game. And we play on a server where it's easy so that we can just build. We build buildings and we build machines and do electricity and fishing and farming. And it's fun. So she had to redo some settings on her computer and has been having some problems. So poor Chrissy, but she's got it working now. Do any of you guys play video games? I mean, even simple video games like Candy Crush or anything. I mean, do any of you guys play games? And if you do, what do you play? If you have YouTube Premium, you have YouTube games too. So I do play a lot of the YouTube games as well as Rust and a couple other things I mess around with too. I'm getting older, so it's getting harder to play video games. You know, my reaction time isn't fast, and my brain processing isn't as good. So not as much as I used to, but I try. Cat plays Aqualife 3D, Chronicles of the Emerland, and Solitaire. Okay, cool. Yeah, right? What is it with computer issues today? Terry at Holding Your Space couldn't go live because of a spider issue, and Chrissy has issues, and I had to restart my router this morning because I was having issues, and because we lost our internet for a second. Yeah, I don't know. Kelly, yes, I play with my children. Oh, that's awesome. That's the best thing. I remember playing games with my goddaughter, Amanda. I have a little bit with Devante, but, you know, he's kind of on his own now and he plays games that I can't handle. You know, I cannot handle what he plays. But Amanda, when she was growing up, her and I would play games together. And, you know, she's in her mid-30s now, but back in the day, we played a lot of games together, and some of those were some of the most fun times. You know, I have a lot of fond memories of playing video games with my goddaughter. You play whatever they're playing. That's awesome. That's great. I love that. Katie says, I miscalculated my finances. Oops, there it goes again. What is this? What is happening here? I miscalculated my finances, so I am having to use 2 phones right at the moment because I'm blessed enough to have a backup cell phone. But that's not a computer glitch. That's called a Katie glitch. Well, that energy was wild. We've had a good solid week of wild energy. I mean, last week on my live stream, the energy was so intense, I couldn't even focus. I don't even know how I got through that live stream, to be honest with you. And it wasn't good energy or bad energy. It was neutral. Okay. But this energy seemed to put an exclamation point on whatever I was feeling in the moment. So if I'm feeling good, it was like, woohoo! I was feeling really good. And if I was feeling angry, I was really angry. If I was sad, I was really sad. It was weird. I've never experienced an energy stream quite like that. That was unique and crazy, but got through it. Got through it, Katie. So you know what? It was a weird week. It was. Kelly says recently, Genshin Impact and Pokemon. Oh, I love Pokemon. Yeah, the eclipse and the seasonal change. Yeah, I mean, it was a new moon in Virgo and an eclipse and the autumn equinox. Boom. So yeah, it was the energy was just like, never quite felt anything quite like that. Ralph says, I play Last Day on Earth. Oh, I love Last Day on Earth. I've played that a few times. I'm not real good at it. I keep dying, so I got frustrated. But I loved the genre, and I loved the animation, or the graphics, I should say. Not animation, the graphics on that. I do. I have it. I have it on Steam. The cosmic energy over the weekend sure grounded me. It did when we went and did our journey with Danny. That was really intense. Warrior Girl says, the lead up to the solar eclipse and the equinox major portal. Major. Yes, you are right. It knocked her on her arse. It knocked her on her arse. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, it was pretty wild. And then we had like this great thunderstorm. I actually did a live stream during the thunderstorm this week because the lightning was so intense. It was just like, and I was live for a little over a half an hour. I think it was like 35 or 40 minutes. And the entirety of the time, the lightning never stopped. It just kept going. And the thunder rolled the entire time that I was doing this live stream. It was wild. It was wild. And Warrior Girl says, oh, cheers. And I believe the interstellar objects are mixing things, energy up too. Yeah, I'm really interested as to what those are. I'm wondering what those are. It is not a comet, no matter what anybody tells you. The tail is not pointing in the correct direction. It is changing trajectories. It is not a comet. Whatever it is, I don't know. It's interesting to watch. I'm not afraid of it, but I am keeping an eye on it. I am tempted, Janet DC says, I am tempted by some games on my phone, but when I looked, they collected a lot of info about my doings. Yeah, you got to be careful about that. Katie says, what a light show for 38 minutes. Yeah. Sonia says, I'm still here working and while listening. Hey, we love lurkers. In the Lurker Lounge, I believe there's coffee and Dunkin' Donuts. This morning I heard that 3i Atlas has recorrected its course and is now heading straight for Mars. Oh, wow. Are they thinking it might hit Mars? That would not be good. But you know what? Something hit something at some time, because that asteroid belt didn't just get there. You know what I'm saying? Something got hit in the past, whether it was a moon of Mars or Mars itself. They think that our moon actually happened as the result of an impact on something impacting Earth, like maybe another small planetoid or something hit Earth and it became the moon. It ejected enough material that it became the moon. So, yeah, well, something to watch, right? Dr. Gale and Danny say it's a ship. I would not be surprised. Ooh, donuts. I'm on a diet right now. It's hard for me to drive past a donut store, let me tell you. But I am. I'm being good. I am being very good. Warrior Girl says, Ralph. It's making its rounds to all of our planets. Yeah, now if that doesn't, maybe that's going to be the disclosure that we've all been reading, getting readings on and stuff like that. Maybe that's that. Janet says, cats, there are sleepy cats in the Lurker Lounge. Oh, yes, there's always sweet sleeping kittens in the Lurker Lounge. Absolutely. Because there's nothing sweeter than a sleepy little baby kitty. Although Ruben's sleeping is pretty darn cute, too. When he's asleep, he tucks his little head in. He shakes his little head and tucks it in. Oh, so adorable. Jeanette Brio channeled a really interesting program yesterday about the outcome of this eclipse energy, aliens, our manifestation, etc. Oh, yeah. Well, that's all that is certainly happening. For sure. I keep getting a feeling. I actively do not do things with aliens. The way that some people channel aliens or try to connect with alien beings. I don't do that consciously. I have never made an effort to reach out to any kind of alien beings. But in some of the journeys that I've been on, I have seen beings that were clearly not human. And I've thought, maybe this is what other people are seeing. Maybe, when they walk between the worlds, maybe they're not interstellar, maybe they're interdimensional. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I gotta I have to allow myself to not be afraid to try to reach out and touch that. And I haven't, because there is a little bit of a fear in me of aliens. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. That's something I'm trying to work through, but I do have a fear of aliens. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I had a very solid Christian upbringing, and all my life I heard, well, aliens aren't creatures from another planet. I'm getting warm. I'm going to take my hat off. They're not creatures from another planet. They are demons. Now I don't believe that. I don't believe that they're demons, but there's still that little bit of clinging on fear over aliens. I've had a couple dreams where I was dealing with galactic forces, like a galactic federation. And I've had several people who are in the community tell me that wasn't a dream. That wasn't a dream. You were really doing that. That was you doing what you thought you were doing. That wasn't a dream. And I still don't know where I feel about that. I just don't know. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. Cat says, wish my kitties were asleep. They're fighting right now. Oh, my kitties do that too sometimes. Oh, Lee's sending love and driving. Hi, Lee. It is good to see you. Well, just be careful, okay? Be careful driving. Our two voids, black cats, are sleeping on the bed. Oh, they are kind of like voids, right? Our neighbor next door has a black cat named Billie Holiday. They named her Billie Holiday because she's very, very vocal, and she's a black cat. And she is very, very sweet. Oh my gosh. But when I go over there to feed them while they're on vacation, I'll be getting the food ready and, fixing it on the counter, and I'll be like, because the cat just appears. It just appears. Didn't hear it jump up, didn't see it jump up. It was whoop, it was just there. And I was like, Oh, crazy, crazy kitties. I know that Koru does that to Katie every now and then. And my cats do it to me too. My cat's spirit will just appear, But there's something a little bit more unsettling when what's next to you is a void. Cat says, aliens are just people. Yeah. I have a tinge of that fear of aliens too. I think if I started learning, that would go away. Yeah, I guess I need to spend a little bit more time considering it and reaching out through my spiritual journeys. I think it is okay to have fears as long as you don't blindly give to them and you examine them, which is exactly what you're doing. Yeah, I try not to let anything get a grip on me. Most of the time, I take a very curious approach to fear. I take a curious approach to anger. Really, to almost all my emotions, I take a curious approach because I'm autistic and I don't always understand what is happening. Okay. I was trying to my mom and I were talking. Was it yesterday or the day? Maybe it was yesterday. We were talking yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. And because we were talking about the whole don't take aspirin if you're don't take Tylenol if you're pregnant thing, and how the administration is saying that is leading to autism. And I asked my mom, I'm like, did you take Tylenol when you were pregnant with my brothers and myself? Because all three of us have autism. She's like, no. She's like, I don't even think Tylenol was a thing. She's like, I know it was out there, it existed. She's like, but in the 60s, people were kind of leery of it because it was relatively new. So people weren't taking it willy-nilly. And I talked to my friend, another friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name. I talked to another friend of mine, and he was also born in 1968. He also has autism. And I said, did your mom take Tylenol? And he's like, no. He's like, I am just the way I am, I felt like after that press conference, Trump must think that all parents and all people with autism want to be cured of autism. Like all parents want their children to be cured of it. And that all people with autism want to be cured of it. Were there moments in my life where I wish I was cured? Absolutely. When I was younger, and life was still very hard to figure out for me, which it's still hard. But now I'm just like, whatever. But when I was younger and it was really hard for me to communicate and make friends, yeah, I guess there was a time where I was like, I wish there was some sort of snappy cure that could help me deal with people better, help me understand people better, help me understand what's happening around me better. But, the thing about people with autism, and as somebody who has autism, let me speak for people in saying that there is a disconnect between my soul and my body. Okay? And sometimes that disconnect leads to interesting things. Sometimes it makes it very difficult for me to read people's emotions. Sometimes it makes it difficult for me to understand what is right and not right to say. And I would have to say that if I put a percentage on how out of phase my soul is with my body, I'd say 75% of my soul is connected to my body, but there's 25% that isn't. And I'd say my brothers are probably closer to 30 or 40% where they're disconnected. Nonverbal people are probably 90% disconnected. So it's a difference in that phasing between your soul and your body, that degree of phasing that determines the level of your autism. It has nothing to do with aspirin or Tylenol or any kind of medication. I think that this is an evolutionary leap. I think we're seeing more and more people on the spectrum because more and more people are evolving. And I think that in the future, this is going to lead to people being able to phase in and out of physical reality, and really just leading us to a place where our souls will be able to connect to one another in this realm and in a different realm. A lot of kids who have autism go to a place called the Hill. And it's a place outside of this reality where people gather to hang out and converse and play and just engage with one another. And kids who are like in that 90% out of their body situation, they go back and forth so easily. You think that they're not there. Well, they kind of are not there. They are in their place. They're in this place where they can communicate effectively, engage with people effectively, and they often spend a lot of time there. When they're stimming, a lot of times that's where they're at, you guys. I'm just saying. I just wanted you guys to know that. Well, now I've talked forever. I'm sorry. Kelly says, sorry, I'm in and out of the Lurker Lounge. I'm sorting tea bags that I'm giving away. Oh, that's nice. You're so sweet. Yeah, Katie had a star visitor in her carport. That's right. She did. And it was glitching. Its little cloaking device was glitching, and she saw it glitching, which is pretty freaking neat. Kat says, I have a vorophobia. It's one of the reasons I won't eat oysters. I won't swallow anything still alive. Oh, yeah. I don't like that either. Oh, you were born in 68 too, Lee? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Leah. They're doing so much damage with misinformation. Yeah, they certainly are. Katie says, it changed me. I was not afraid. It was like, I know this being. I said hi and then went about my business. Later, it hit me that what just happened. I remember that day very clearly. And when you reached out to me and talked to me about it, and I was just like, whoa. Warrior Girl says, does anyone ever wonder if other planets, galaxies, and universe have religion just like we do here on Earth? I think that there is probably there's probably a spirituality similar to what we experience here, where the whole universal concept is like a certain way, maybe not with a particular deity or particular deity's name, or maybe they do, they have another name for God, but I'm sure that there are spiritualities out there. Ralph is a 69 baby. No wise cracks. Ralph, do you know how hard that is? Yeah, that was a good question. You're right, Janet. Spirituality is fine. Organized religion tends to be problematic. Yeah. Agree, Dolly. Yes, evolution. Woo! Yeah, Trump and his whole regime are so full of. Oh, you are so right about that. I am cracked all over at 67, but I believe in kintsugi. Kintsugi? Is that how you say it? My light just shines out of those cracks. Yeah, that's where they break a bowl and then they repair the cracks with gold and they create a whole new beautiful work of art. Now, if that were the case for me, they would just have to dip me in a vat of gold because that's the only way that these cracks are going to get fixed. 68, 68, 60, 60, 68. Yes. Unity, consciousness. Yes. Yes. Summer of Love, 1968. What a misnamed period, summer of 1968. I think it was summer of 69 is when Woodstock happened, right? So yeah, I believe I was born 6 months before the Summer of Love, almost to the day. Goal, for sure. Kat says, I am an animist. There's no central authority, no dogmatic doctrine, no set of rituals. I just believe that everything has a spirit and act accordingly. I think that's a good way to be. I'm kind of the same way. I do have rituals, but nothing dogmatic. There is no dogma. I mean, if you say, Dolly, what religion are you? I'm going to go, yeah. I think star beings could probably affect our emotions when they choose to show themselves to us. I saw 2 angels and had a very matter-of-fact, calm reaction. Oops, stop that. Very calm reaction. It had to be their influence. Yeah. I hear a lot of people say that about angels. Katie's has had an angel encounter. I think I had an angel encounter. I think it was an angel. Felt like an angel. When I had a truck that broke down and I slid out and went into a ditch, and this guy in a suit, in a light colored suit with the bluest eyes, they were almost white. They were so blue. Okay. Came and just happened to be there and like dragged me out of the ditch. He like walked down into the ditch, got himself all muddy, connected the chain to my truck and pulled it out. And I think he was an angel. I'm pretty sure he was an angel that came and saved me. And I'm going to believe that until the day I die. And I hope that someday I'll get to meet him in the afterlife, or in my journeys. I haven't even tried that. I should try that. Katie says, hey, I was 10 years old in 1968. What can I say? My memories do get a little foggy. Me too. Me too. Kat says, my parents took us up to San Francisco in the summer of 67. We went to Golden Gate Park right when the B-In was coming together. Unfortunately, not to join in. My folks sneered at them. Oh, well. No drugs for them, huh? Don't hide it. Divide it. I, on the other hand, loved it. I was 5 years old. Rock on. Janet says, my appearance in the middle of the night in my bedroom, glowing figures. I should have been afraid or surprised, but you weren't, because your soul knew what it was looking at. The same thing with Katie, with the aliens. Her soul knew what she was looking at. And I got to remember that. I got to remember that too. You know, my soul knows what it's looking at, so I don't need to be afraid of anything, honestly. Katie says, I was taken by my parents to San Francisco. To the Haight District when you were 10. I thought it was the coolest thing. And my parents were all these people. Watch out for them. They're hippies. Oh, your parents were saying, watch out for them. They're hippies. And now look at you, the biggest hippie I know in my life. The most hippiest of the hippies. right? All right, it's almost time to leave here. So let me quick pull a card for today, you guys. Let's ask Spirit to just give us a little message to take us on our way today. Oh, angels protect us, spirits of land in my home. Surround us, ancestors, give us wisdom. What do you want us to know for the rest of this week, Spirit? Just give us a happy little message. Please and thank you. Okay, we had one jump out. The consequence of fear. Contradiction, the frequency of fear, self-fulfilling prophecy. The consequence of fear. Wow. Well, given what we were talking about today, this is pretty appropriate, don't you guys think? And look, it looks like an alien too, doesn't it? Kind of looks like an alien. Yeah, and I feel like, fear often stops us from progressing into our destiny, and fear breaks down communication. Fear makes us do crazy things. The consequences of fear are real. We think that our fear helps to protect us, but in actuality, I think it does more to harm us than it does to actually, to protect us. I mean, a healthy fear, like I'm not going to jump out of an airplane because I feel like a perfectly working airplane and me flying in it is fine. I am not going to jump out of it and test fate. Am I maybe missing out on something spectacular because of that fear? Yes, I probably am. And I'm all right with that. But when fear stops you from talking to people, when it stops you from engaging with life, then you really do need to take a look at the consequences. Do the consequences, are they a small price to pay for the security that you're feeling? Or are you missing out on life because you're afraid? And that's where you really need to balance that. And that's what Spirit's saying is, take a look at that. Do a very honest deep dive in yourself and ask yourself that question. Am I missing out on experiencing what it is to be human on this beautiful planet because of my fear? And if the answer is yes, time to tackle that. So I'm going to go and tackle my fear of aliens. Okay. That's going to be my goal for the next 7 days, is to really put that aside and get comfortable with the idea, because disclosure is coming. So I got to be ready for it. Okay. So, and that's where I'm at. Oh, Nils is here. Hi, Nils. I'm always happy to see Nils. Oh, it is good to see you, my friend. And you came here just in time for me to end the stream. So hello and goodbye, Nils. You guys all have a great day. I love you. Sonia, Coffee Chat Oracle will be on Friday at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I hope that you guys will be there to hang out with Sonia, Coffee Chat Oracle. She's amazing. We'll have to see if she wears her hat. We'll have to see if she remembers to wear her hat this week. So anyways, I love you guys. I love you, love you, love you. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you all again real soon. Okay? Bye. We'll see you later.
Thank you for coming to my show. I'll see you all next time. You all rock. Dolly loves you. Dance around the room. It's time to go. Why are you still here? Dolly needs a sandwich and a nap. I'll see you next time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you for coming to my show. I'll see you all next time. You all rock.